Hello guys, this is JRTV. So about to install this challenging sheet. It may look simple because it's the big wall, but because the AC, it's going to be a trick to do. So I'm going to have the camera right here so you can see the process. Check it out. So get yourself up. Also notice I don't have any jewelry, but my wedding ring, my purity ring that I wear, I take all jewelry off. I don't wear gloves because you need the real tactile, I think. And so you take the sheet, when you pull it out of the machine, you fold it in half or quarters so that you can carry it around, right? But what I'm going to have to do here is watch this. I need to match up this sheet so I have a little overlap over here, right? But I also have to match the height here. So I'm going to do the height first. See how I got the height there? See how I've lifted it up with one hand and then I'm moving it with the other. And so now that I get that height, I'm going to walk over here, back here, and make sure that I got a decent width. And I do. I have even more than enough. It's 4 inches, but it's okay. That overlap. And then double check it again. Yeah, it's good. And then the next issue is the straightness of it. So the way you check straightness is by putting your hand like this and feeling the edge and seeing on the edge of this, seeing if it's running out, if it's getting wider or lesser. You see how you can feel the edge of the existing paper, and that's how you can also tell if it's straight, if it's symmetrical line. Like the difference between here and all the way up there, or over here. If it's all symmetrical, then it's good to hang. And always before you hang, make sure you've got enough on the bottom, right? And so what you do is you get your knife, open it, then look under here. And remember, we want the piece to sit behind the air conditioner slightly, so you don't want to cut it at like the perfect corner, but you want to cut it like out like a quarter of an inch. And so what you do is you kind of set the knife. See how I put the knife in, I kind of set it at the corner. And also here on the top, I need to save the piece so I can wrap it up here, so I can't even cut that. So it's pretty technical. So I'm going to set the knife about a half an inch away from, and then I'm going to kind of let my other hand get out of the way, and then I'm going to kind of let the knife come this way. But then all of a sudden I'm going to turn the knife, cut that way, like that. Right? So now, see how I made the cut there? So I've got enough here, I've got enough here. And what I'll do, you see how you can sometimes you can just quickly paste it to let it stick so you can work the other area. But here, what you can also do is you kind of get your hands and you kind of walk the sheet out gently. And the trick is in wallpapering is you want to, if possible, set the whole sheet before doing the trimmings of it, right? Here I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut. I'm gonna just sit my knife there, right about an inch away from. See how that's falling. I'm gonna sit my knife, open it, and sit it like an inch out from the side edge of the AC. And then put my other hand above it, away from the danger zone, and just cut the cut. You see how you kind of drop. See how I went in like that, right? So it is surgery. It's definitely surgery. And I'm going to need a cut at the very top corner of the air conditioner. Remember, slightly out because I want that extra. Put my other hand over here. You know, you never want to cut. You know, this blade is dangerous. Maybe one hand you want to use a glove, unless you really know what you're doing. Because you can cut your hand or your arm. So I'm just going to leave that up on top of the AC for later. For now, I'm going to address this issue here. We see the doorway frame is here. And I'm just going to do a little smoothing. Right, you see how I pull it back so I can get all the creases and just walk the smoother along the edge like that. And you can see how this is all going to sit underneath there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the blade like this. You see how it's like this? So I have a little guide. And I'm going to kind of work that. And you see how it didn't cut perfectly? That's because at the ending there, it's because my blade's not sharp enough. And some of it will sit under. You see how I'm using the smoother and I'm kind of setting the paper, kind of forcing it in there, and some of it won't force. So I'll just do a conventional cut on it where I sit the blade right next to the edge, like so. And I think you get the idea. Like for here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to back it up. Put it all the way. You see how I'm sitting it right at that very corner? You really want to get that corner precise so it looks good. And sit the knife dead into, I'm putting the knife on the inside, dead right into there. Okay? And then you want to cut, you see how I'm cutting? Watch the cut. See that? See how I did that? And now that edge is, that corner is perfect. And then I obviously set this guy, clean that, flush it out. And then last thing, outlets. I'm going to show you how outlets are pretty easy. You just, for outlets, you just go ahead and trim, around the edge when the paper's over it. But you don't want to get electrocuted, so maybe wear gloves or be careful. Don't cut too deep in outlets. Like all this I'm going to have to do. And like if there's something like this behind wallpaper, then you just incise a large cut here in the paper, and then you sit it through the paper, and yeah, thanks for checking it out, guys. This has been a fun sharing of the whole wallpapering process with you. Aloha.